Hey everybody, how you doing? Superfiend here, and welcome back to Planet Coaster Whacky World. In this episode, we are going to be making a Lost Civilization, Aztec, Mayan, pyramid temple scenery piece that's going to go right over here. And it's going to be a little bit off the ground. It's going to be kind of on a hill, and it's going to be a nice focal point for people walking through the path that's going to go through here. And for anybody coming by this way. And it's also going to be really neat to be able to see it through the jungle and the brush and the foliage as you're on this ride. So as you go through here, you're going to be able to see it over here. And that's what we're going to be doing. And we're not probably going to be using this. So let's just go ahead, I think, and let's just get rid of that. I don't think we need it. And we're going to take all of this scenery. Whoops, we're going to take all of this scenery. I wanted the world axes, and we're just going to slide it all over here, and then actually over here. Because it's in the way. We need this space. And the first thing I want to do is I want to do some terraforming. Now, I don't know exactly how big is this going to be. Let's see. We want to lift. Okay, so how high off the ground do we want to make this? Probably want the foundation about, yay high. I think will be okay. And we're going to flatten. And we should probably move these little scenery pieces that are down here. Which building are they a part of? Let's see what else moves with them. Oh, the whole temple. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and select these pieces over here, and let's just split them from the building. And what is all that? Okay, now let's see which pieces we have. Okay, just these ones, right? Nothing else is moving. All right, let's go ahead. I think we can finally get rid of those. I don't think we need them anymore. And we'll go over here, our cute little rubble piles, and let's see. Well, I don't think we need that one. And, I guess we'll move these ones. We'll just set them up here for right now. We may still be using them. And we'll just set these ones, we'll set them right there. Okay, for now. We can always get rid of them later. And let's go back into our terrain. And we want to fill this out some more. Now, I don't want this thing to be super huge, but I also don't want it to be super small. So I kind of want it to be right in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. And is that, how big of a center does that give us? Does that give us like a 4x4 center? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It does. So I'm thinking the foundation is going to be about as big as this building. And let's see, we want to fill this in a little bit more. And I want to build it also as if there were like steps or something moving from here up to this base that the pyramid is on. We'll worry about that later. Okay, and we'll just flatten the foundation. And it's not going to matter, I don't think, that this looks so awkward. Nobody in the park is going to see it. Of course, as we zoom out, we'll see it. Not a big deal. And let's see. And the path that's going to go through here, I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to fill it in now. Okay, let's go ahead and let's change this to wood, because we're definitely not going to be having wood over here where this is. So that will help us remember that this is just placeholder. Okay, that's enough of that. And let's go over and get our, let's see, cobblestone. Let's move the octopus real quick. I think we'll set it right there for right now. So how exactly is this path going to go? You know, we want them to have kind of right down the middle here. And I think I want them on this side of the monorail. So let's just go ahead and we want 8 meters. Okay. So let's see if we can make one right there. Okay, now let's see if we can get a nice one to come out of here. Okay. So the paths are going to do something like this, and the guests, they'll walk through here and they'll have a nice view of the Lost Garden, and they're going to have a nice view of this temple. Although, let's see. They would kind of have a better view if they were on the other side of the monorail station, wouldn't they? But then they wouldn't have a nice view of this over here. Oh, choices, choices. We could do a path on each side of the monorail, but then the monorail is very close over here, so we'd have to make an adjustment to the monorail path and kind of swing the monorail this way. And then the paths could go on each side of the monorail track, and people could choose, you know, do they want to see the Lost Garden or do they want to see the temple? Well, that's all for this stuff over here. We can worry about that later. This episode is about building the temple. Let's not get distracted, right? So easy to get distracted. So I don't know exactly if this is going to be, you know, the right kind of foundation, but that's what we're starting with. And then our park divider, this line, you know, can go like right along this way. And we still have a lot of room over here to build like a Giga Coaster or a few other things. There's a lot of room in this area of the park. So this is going to be good. Now, I think the way I want to start building this building is from the top down. I think it will be easier to go from the top and work down. So let's start with how big is the top center of this pyramid going to be? And I think 4 pieces. I think 4 pieces is going to be good. And then we want to get our 4-meter wall. Okay. And now we're going to move all of these pieces and put them on top, right? And so the next pieces. Now we got some choices we can make here. Do we want to make this 4x4? Do we want to make it 6x6? You know, how do we want to make this pyramid? 4x4 or 6x6? I think we're just going to stick with 4x4 because that's what the game built-in pieces are, and I think we'll just have less problems if we stick with that. Okay, so let's see. And of course, the other thing we could do, we could do 2x2, or yeah, maybe that would work better, or maybe 4 around the edge, and then the piece itself is only 2 high. Yeah, you know, I think I kind of want to do that. I think that's going to be better. All right, so let's undo this. Okay, let's undo it. Now, I still want to do 4x4 for the top center, but we're going to do 2-meter high walls. Is that going in the right spot? Yeah. Maybe this will work better. So now what I want to do is I want to change the grid to 2 meters, and I want to move these ones. like that. Okay. And now I want to do 2 meters around the edges, and you're gonna think like, what are you doing? But just watch. Just watch, this might work out the way I want it to. We're gonna grab all of that, and we're just gonna lift it up. And I can grab all of these. It's easier to put these on the top and then move them down than it is to try to get the elevation height from a floating building. And since I'm building this from the top down, you know, it is kind of floating. So there we go, like that. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and get these 3. Put them in there. Okay. There we go. Well, let's try it. Let's see. Oops. Okay, same. Okay, I guess that's not so bad. Sometimes trying to get pieces on the underneath of something like this is really hard. But if I don't have to go through the trouble of selecting them and moving them all, then this ends up being easier in the long run. Okay. So let's select them all again. Lift it up. Okay, what we need is we need one more over here. Then we need to move all of them. And I know you're also probably thinking like, wow, you're being really wasteful. There's a lot of pieces that are in this that are never going to be seen. We'll go ahead. We'll take care of that in a few minutes. Just want to get the overall shape, and then we can remove any pieces that we decide that we don't need. Okay. So we'll duplicate, and then we'll move. Okay. And then we got enough room to put another layer of 2 meters under there? We do. Of course, we could do this. Okay. And this might be the last layer that we need to do. Okay, let's go ahead and let's see how tall it looks. You know, I think we need to do a little bit more. I think it needs to be taller. I just think it needs to be taller. And one of the advantages of doing this in 2 meters instead of 4 meters is there's less of a gap in here, and I'm thinking it might be a little bit easier to get the steps done. Although, I don't know. It's exactly by half, so it really shouldn't be a difference between the 2 and the 4 meter pieces. But with the 4 meter, I think the steps would end up looking kind of steep, Or would it even matter? It probably wouldn't matter, geometrically speaking. All right, let's do one more, and then we'll probably be done. Probably be tall enough with one more. Okay. I hate that. I wish that when you undid something, when you had a selection, that it would put it back and then like give you your selection back. That'd be nice. Okay, last set on the bottom, and then I think we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do a little 4x4 and 2 high centerpiece on top. Or, you know, maybe not. Maybe not. Okay. I am tempted to go and, like, put something up here and make it a little 4x4 piece. But actually, looking at this, we could do more if we have a little bit more floor space up here. You know, we could add a couple more pillars. We could put another one of these little tables up here. So I think I'm going to leave it like this because I think we might go and decorate the top later. I think we will. Okay, so now let's get this guy on the floor. Okay, and we're going to put it about right here. Just about centered with all this stuff. And now we can go ahead, we can go back to the terrain. And we can do some flatten the foundation. Now that we know how big it is. And we can kind of smooth this out a little bit. Where's our smooth? Okay, and we'll do something interesting over here maybe. Maybe we'll add a little bit of scenery over here that's reminiscent of this, except without the instruments of torture on it. You know, just kind of like, maybe we'll just take this whole thing and just drop it over here and reuse that. We could certainly do that, and that would look good. And that would kind of, as you're walking down here, you would see, you know, there's going to be trees and like there's going to be a gradual slope. And so as you're walking down the path, you'll kind of get a little view of like, ooh, what's up there? You won't be able to go over there. Well, I don't know. It could be a nice area to put some restrooms and some shops. So I don't know. Maybe this will be a little hubbub of activity as we build up the rest of the park. I just don't know yet. We'll just have to see where things take us. Okay. And now I want to build, we got to get some steps on this thing. So let's go ahead into here. Let's get our, now we can do concrete columns. Okay, we could just lay these down and make steps out of that. We could do, let's see, let's go look at the columns here. So we got the concrete. We could do something with these, but they're kind of big. We could do something with the fairy tale horizontal columns. Again, these are more like Roman Greek. I don't want to use these here. I don't think they fit. We could go over here. Let's make this bigger. We could use the plain cider press. You know, this could be used as steps also. And it kind of matches the texture of the sandstone better than the concrete pieces. So I think maybe we'll do that. And let's see. Oh, and look, it snaps perfectly to that piece right there. Okay, so let's just duplicate these and stack them on top of each other, right? And now let's take them all and move them back. I'll do about here, I guess. And now we'll take we'll take this one, and so like this is where the top needs to be, right? That's because they need to be able to step from here up to the top. And let's see, about there. And now we'll do the bottom. And we could probably slide them all out just a little bit. And, you know, I kind of like that. I think that looks pretty good. So now, let's take these. Let's duplicate them. Let's spin them around. And, okay, the edge of this is just right along where the texture changes on the floor piece. So let's get it in the same spot over here, as close as we can. Okay. And now I want to fill in this area right here with something. And let's see. I know one piece I could use to do it. The little octagonal pieces. Let's see, where is it showing up? Get over here. Oh, come on. Oh, okay, I gotta change the grid to 2. Okay. So, not like that. I don't like that. Where's the other one? This one. Now, would this work? See, it's the wrong texture. It's so tempting to, like, use that because it just fills it in so nicely. But it's completely the wrong texture. Okay. We gotta find something to put in over here and fill that in. And there's also a there's a stone something or other in here. We could do these coin thingies, whatever they are, but I don't like those. Those don't say ancient civilization to me. They say something different. Okay, now what if we did like this, right? This could work. Okay, so we could do like this. And there's this. Yeah, this isn't going to work. This is not going to work the way I thought it would. So I think out of the available pieces that we have, and then of course there's this. This could work too. Let's see. We turn it this way. See, that almost works. It almost works, except it looks like it's metal. You know, it says it's a stone trim. Let's see if we don't want to sink it back in. And then if we could just find a little piece right here and right here to cover up that gap, then that could actually work. Okay, now let's try something different on the other side, and we'll just see which one looks better. Okay, so let's duplicate that. Actually, it might be okay that it's poking out because we're going to repeat this design all the way down, so nobody would see it. Okay. I kind of like this better. I think this is a more interesting surface. This looks more like something an ancient civilization would have built. That's not working for me. Okay. So I think we're going to do this. So let's duplicate these. And we'll set them over here. And now let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and get rid of these. Because we're going to take all of this and we're going to rotate it around 180 and set them right over here. So those went right about there. Okay. And now, if we take everything we should be able to duplicate and get the rotational spot right in the middle. And voila, look at that. So I think that looks actually pretty cool. I like that. And now what we want to do is we want to be able to do this like all the way down. Want to be able to do it all the way down. So I think the easiest way to do it, okay, we're going to grab all of this, get all of these steps, and we're going to Control X, and I'm just going to lift it up. Okay, we're going to lift it up. Whoa. All right. Where's the temple? It's back over here. Okay. Now, let's see. All right. So the floating one is our template, right? Let's move it up even higher. Let's move it up even higher. This is the one that we're going to duplicate off of every time. So we can duplicate that. We can bring it down. Okay. And let's see. I don't want to slide it around. I don't want to slide it left or right because I want it to stay centered with the temple, but I do want to be able to get in here with the camera. Okay, let's see if we can do this. This is tricky. It's tricky. All right. This camera drives me nuts sometimes. All right, we're just going to do this. Yeah, I guess this is going to be the I guess this is going to be the easiest way to do it. Okay, and then now we can grab... Oh, man. See, I wish I could move these over, but then they wouldn't be centered, because I want to be able to just go like that, but then it grabs all that stuff underneath. That's okay. Yeah, this is not too difficult. Okay, and where's the center point of this? So if I move it there, okay, so we got this little line. Maybe this will help. Okay, so that kind of gets us in the right spot. Okay. And now let's get these. I feel like it grabs stuff from the bottom. All right. Getting a little easier to get it done. Okay. And while I'm doing this, I'll just share with you an idea I had for a new Planet Coaster series that is going to work in tandem with this series. So we get the dot there. And what I want to do is I'm going to make a blueprint series where I show how to make various different blueprints. And I'm going to start with pirate scenery. And I'll post those as a separate series, and I'll make the blueprints available on the Steam Workshop. And then I'll be able to use those blueprints in this series when it's time to fill in this area over here with the pirate scenery. It'll make the future episodes go quicker. I've already been making blueprints in between recordings, or I've been designing the buildings, and then I'll go and I'll just create a real quick video on like how did I make this specific building, and that will be a quote unquote blueprint series episode. And I think that will be a good way to have another interesting Planet Coaster series and provide a little bit of a speed boost for areas of development of this, because I could do some pirate stuff and then I could start doing some Western stuff, and it will make these areas, as we go over to them, fill in quicker. We won't have to design everything in every single episode like we're doing right now. So like if I had already been working on that series and had the videos, when it came to this, I could have had one video showing, either a time lapse or real time how I make this temple. And then in this series, we could just drop the blueprint in. And if you don't care about seeing how it's made, then you don't have to see it. If you want to see how it's made, then there's a video for you to go check that out. And I think that's going to be a better format for future episodes. So it's something I'm working on. It's not quite ready yet. I've got about 6 or 7 pirate buildings designed. It took me about a week to do that off and on between my other Let's Plays and daily household chores. And I think in another week, I will have some of that series up, maybe another 2 weeks. But I think that's going to be really cool. And I hope that if you're watching this, that you'll be excited for that and you'll go check it out as well. Okay, so see, it's kind of tedious. And I don't know if this is the kind of content that people want to be watching. I don't mind doing it. I enjoy doing it. Oh, this is looking so cool. I really do like the way this looks. Okay, I think when I grabbed those two, I duplicated. So let's see. Oh, maybe we'll just do this. Maybe this will end up being easier. Okay. Maybe I'll just do the whole side at once. Yeah, I think sticking to one side is going to be easier because then I don't have to move and rotate the camera around as much. And actually, I can just duplicate right from there. Sometimes I'm not so bright. And sometimes I am. Yeah, there we go. This is easier. Why don't I just do this? Well, live and learn, right? But I think this looks really cool. And then, actually, you know what else I could do? All right, that looks neat, right? That does look neat. Let's go over to here, and let's just grab... Okay. So let's just do that down this side. There we go. And then we'll just do the selection and duplicate and rotate like we did on the very top. Okay, almost there. And of course now there's gonna be slight imperfections with this building, but nobody's going to notice. Okay, so now if we can get all of these cider presses, it's just a lot of stuff to try to select, and if you just click one thing wrong, you'll lose the whole selection. And then all of these little guys. All right, get them all? Looks like all of them. Now let's go get everything over here, starting from this one. And I think the cider press was a much better choice for the steps out here than the concrete. All right, Control X, duplicate. Oh, come on, please let this. Okay, so we've got some overlap over here on this side. So we got a few extra scenery pieces over here that we don't want. So let's see, duplicate or delete, 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 delete. So everything more or less landed in the right spot. I deleted one too many things over here. So I didn't mean to get that one. Okay. All right, now do we have, what the heck? Where'd this one go? Okay, let's get this over here. Let's just make sure that we have everything on both sides, right? Boom, 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 boom. Looks good. We got all the little thingies here. Looks good. We got all the little thingies here. Looks good. We got all the little thingies here. All the steps and everything. Looks good. All right, and then we don't need this. And I think there's another one way up there. We don't need that. All right. So that looks cool, does it not? That's going to look really neat. Coming through here, you got that temple there. We're going to build some sort of stonework to kind of, you know, more of these steps, actually. I think it's just going to be more steps, and we'll just kind of continue this down through the floor until it meets up with this building, but only on this side. We're not going to do it over here on this side, I don't think. And, we need to do this. Let's lift it up. Zoop. How did that thing get put in the center? How did that end up in there? All right. But we're going to go in here. We're going to edit this building. And we're just going to get rid of pieces that we don't need, which I think is going to be... I wish that this this blue grid would get out of my face. Let's see, there we go. Okay, so now it's we need to keep the outer ring, right? Yeah. And now the outer ring is those ones. Okay. And now the outer ring is this one's here, so we can delete these three. And probably just these three. And then we can delete these four. And this is the top. Whoop, that was not the top. I guess we can delete this one. All right, look at that. How many pieces is that? 500 pieces. That's a lot. Okay, let's go ahead and let's drop it back down. Actually, you know, we can just move and then hit shift somewhere on the floor and it will sink it down to the floor. And then we just want to get it, okay, let's see, lined up to about the center of this thing. All right, that is going to be it for this episode. Thank you for watching. Tune in for the next one and have yourself a great afternoon.